The animation quality of rescuing Cynthia is really beautiful. The narrative is terrible. It is so boring and kind of doesn't make a lot of sense. This is the 20th episode of the first season of the Rugrats reboot, and unfortunately, it's a double feature. It takes up both segments. And Jonathan brings this new doll for Angelica, a doll called Tabitha. And Angelica is getting ready to go out with her mother and Jonathan, and in the rush to go out, and in the excitement of getting this new doll, she accidentally leaves Cynthia at home. And when she realizes she doesn't have Cynthia, she is convinced that there is no way she would have left her behind because she loves Cynthia, so something must have happened to her. And then the rest of the episode is her, in her imagination, trying to find Cynthia. Now, pretty much with every imagination-focused episode of Rugrats, both classic and reboot, they're interacting with their environment, and we get to see them using their imagination and transforming things around them into whatever they want it to be. But Angelica doesn't do that. She's just in a completely imaginary world, and she goes to a club where there are unicorns, and Tommy's driving the car, Phil and Lil are there, Susie is a fairy, and she's trying to find Cynthia, and it is so boring. And as I said, it doesn't make sense. Why would she be exploring all of these random places? I know it's because she doesn't believe she left Cynthia. She thinks something's happened to her. But I feel like it just is a little bit too unrealistic for my liking. And honestly, I didn't care for it. And the narrative is really dull and nothing happens for a tremendously long time. And also, the voiceover of the classic detective voiceover, I hate. I just hate it. Not in this, not exclusively in this. In general, I just hate it. And that's just one more thing that I think just didn't work very well at all. Had Angelica been looking around her house for Cynthia, and for example, she went into her parents' bedroom and that was the nightclub, and she went into the bathroom and it was, I don't know, the local swimming pool, that would have made sense. And that would have been a much better narrative. And this just feels like kind of pointless, to be honest. And I didn't care for it. I didn't care for it at all. It's not a well-written episode. It's not a well-structured narrative. It is slow. It is monotonous. Had it been just one segment, it might not have been so much of a problem. But for a double feature, it is seriously not worth it. But the animation quality, as I said, is really beautiful. Credit where it's due. So Rescuing Cynthia is not a good episode, but visually, that part of it at least is okay.